Hello, my name is Kathy and I like to read. So welcome back. I realised when editing this video that I didn't even do an intro, so welcome to my first reading vlog. In this reading vlog we'll be reading 3 books and it's got a bit of ASMR, some nice montages, time lapses, it even might have a little cheeky haul if you keep watching. So I really hope you enjoy it and let's get into our first book. First of all, apologies for the appearance. It's the end of the day. It's dark. I've had this makeup on for like 13 hours at this point, so apologies if we're looking a bit dishevelled. I wanted to talk about Phantasma. I am 50% through so far. I've done a mixture of reading and listening to it on the audiobook. I only started this yesterday. And so far, I am really enjoying it. This is following Ophelia, who recently comes into these necromancy powers after her mum dies and her sister Genevieve goes missing. And she narrows it down to that Genevieve has gone and entered Phantasma, which is this dark, gothic manor house filled with ghosts and ghouls that she can see because of these necromancy powers. And in order to win Phantasma and to find her sister, she has to beat 9 levels of hell. And along the way, she meets this intriguing phantom called Blackwell. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really funny. I think it's got a lot of witty banter and things like that. I think it's got the gothicness, the intrigue. Part of me really wishes I could be reading this in October because I think it would be perfect for spooky season. However, I'm really enjoying it now. I've never read anything really gothic just yet, but I do have things on my list like One Dark Window and Belladonna and everything like that. And so far, this is a really good introduction to the spooky vibes. Is Summerween a thing? I think so. Like I said, I'm 50% of the way in, so I'm steaming through it. The audiobook, oh my god, the audiobook. I think she's called Laura. Either way, she sounds like Meg from Hercules. She does really good male and female voices. I just wanted to check in before I got too far. I've been doing this while I've been doing a jigsaw puzzle. The jigsaw puzzle's really difficult. I'm hoping to finish this hopefully in the next few days. Got to just say that Blackwell gives golden retriever energy, but as an emo kid and as a former emo kid, we stand. He's helpful, he's considerate, but he's also a bit gothic and moody, and yeah, this book is like 10 out of 10 for vibes so far because it is just giving all the spooky vibes. I came on here to do a reading update, and the update is that I finished Phantasma. I thought this was so much fun. I think I'm giving this 4.25 stars. I liked all the different aspects of the trials. I loved the FMC and the MMC. I thought they were a great pairing. It gave spooky Halloween vibes. There was probably one too many spicy scenes for me personally. I'm not really looking for spice. I just like the adult themes, and then with it comes the adult spice. But other than that, I thought it was such good fun. It was probably the overuse of the spice that probably dropped it down a bit. I thought it was just really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to reading Enchantra. I'm really looking forward to reading more from Kaylee Smith.
And yeah, I can't wait to keep going. I'm not sure what to read next. I really enjoyed having like a standalone because I read a lot of series in one go. So maybe I will do Our Infinite Fates next. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Well, this is very dreary and grey. So I tried a new heatless curl method last night and it's giving Merida. But we're just going to roll with it. I am going to start Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens, and I fear that this book will make me cry. I think it's going to be a sad one. I mean, let me show you the naked hardcover. Okay, so I've got a reading check-in for you. I am currently on page 346 of this. I managed to like read quite a lot of it in one go. This is it's heartbreaking and sad, however, I'm not crying about it. There's lots of like tab-worthy pages, but something for me isn't quite hitting the same. I've got to the twist and the reason why this is happening, and all I'll say is that I feel like it doesn't suit the vibe of the book. That's my initial reaction. So I've just got to quite a pivotal bit, and I think I've got about 50 pages left, so I am going to go and finish this now, and I will let you know my rating. Why does it mention pyramid schemes so much in like the space of 20 pages? I don't get it. If a hero is someone who will give up love to save the world, then a villain is the reverse, someone who will give up the world to save love. It's tricky, isn't it? So tricky, but it is really interesting. But yeah, I'm glad it addresses it in this because I think it's a good point to make. Right, I really need to Google what ephemeral means because I see it all the time and I actually have no idea, and the stubborn part of me is not Googling it. So with 4 pages left, I will be Googling it. Okay, so it just means lasting a short amount of time. Why do I feel like that doesn't match? But hey ho, now I know. I'm going to give it a minute and then I will let you know my thoughts. So I think I will be rating this, I think it's a 3.5 stars. I thought it was beautiful. It had such lovely writing. It had really descriptive, poetic, never mind the actual poetry in the middle, but poetic descriptions of love and grief and family and friendship. And yeah, it didn't make me cry. My favourite bits was going back into the other lifetimes. I wish we got a little bit more from each of them. The only thing I struggled with when we go back to the lifetimes is with a physical book is that I don't like how to have to Google every phrase. I would wish that was a bit more easy to understand as somebody that's not the most knowledgeable about history and things like that. But I understand that that would make it like 3 times longer if you'd put a description every time. I think I learnt it whilst reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Watermoon, that I kind of can get by without Googling everything, and I got the gist of it. It wasn't to the point where it was unreadable, but sometimes I just didn't, there was quite a lot of phrases and things that I didn't quite understand. The twist and the reason behind all this, I felt like it didn't quite match the vibe. I kind of wish it was a bit more of a whimsical solution. I'm not sure what that could be, but no spoilers, but I felt like it kind of just didn't quite match it for me. And then the ending, yeah, obviously it was sad, but it was really good. I really enjoyed this as a standalone. I think it was a great like YA. There was the beginnings of a spice scene, and there was like one very tiny little spice scene which I felt like the book could have done without, or it could have been a bit more fade to black. It wasn't overly descriptive, but I felt like it could have just been skipped. So it felt like, again, it just matched the vibe, which is like a cozy, whimsical. It is fantasy, but there's only one fantastical element in it. Otherwise, it's more like it's like a historical retelling with a fantastical element is more that what I would describe it as. But I'm really glad to have read it, and I'm really happy that I liked it, and I get to keep this really nice sprayed edge copy on my shelf. So the next book we will be reading, I'm not sure yet. Either my options are Lady of Darkness or Gleam. I've started Gleam by Raven Kennedy. This is a chunky book. This is 683 pages, and so far I'm about 100 pages in, and I can't tell you too much about this one because it's the 3rd book in a 6-book series, but this is a King Midas retelling. This follows Oren, who is, how funny is that? So the MMC in the Bridge Kingdom is Aaron, the MMC in Our Infinite Fate is Arden, and then the FMC in this book is Oren. Lots of A names beginning with N's. And actually, I really like all of the names. Yeah, so this follows Oren, who is the king's favoured. She is a gold-plated lady. She is, they use the term saddle. So she is the golden saddle, and it follows her and King Midas. And it takes place in this realm with 6 different kingdoms, and each of the kingdoms' ruler has a power. And King Midas's is that he can gold plate and gold touch everything. And it follows their journey. Oren has been kept in a cage for her own safety for most of her life, but in the first book you can see that she's getting restless and tired and she wants to escape, and then it follows her journey throughout battling those emotions and seeing where it gets her with the king. And so far I think this is really good. I can't describe what Raven Kennedy's writing is like. It's lyrical, it's poetic, it covers some really dark themes, really dark, disturbing, trigger warning filled themes, but she's got really good one-liners and female rage, and I can't explain it without you reading it, but it is really good to pick up so far. I can see why there's hype. I tabbed a few already, so I will be continuing with this series, and hopefully I keep enjoying it. I think I've said in my wrap-up, I've already bought every single book in this series, so I really hope I enjoy it. So yeah, so that is my check-in so far. So you may have seen that I've just uploaded a book haul, which was for books that I've received throughout May and beginning of June, but today my fairyloot book arrived, so I thought we'll unbox it in this reading vlog. I already know what this is, and I've already had a look at it because I get too excited when I know my parcel's been delivered, but I can't get to it for a few hours. I sometimes have a little sneak online, but actually I might start leaving it as a surprise to me because it is fun to see it for the first time when I'm unboxing it. But yeah, I know what this is. Yeah, I've seen this book everywhere. I like following, I think she's called The Autumn Reads on Instagram because she does a really good guess of what the book subscription boxes are going to be, so that I know in advance if I'm going to skip it or anything like that. I think one of the Illumicrate ones coming up is the Irresistible Urge to Something Your Enemy. It didn't look a bit of me, so I've skipped that one because she's pretty much bang on with her suggestions. This is the spoiler card and the back. I love these dust jackets. I like having them. It makes me feel like I've got something really fancy, you know, because like designer handbags and shoes and stuff come in these little dust jackets. So this makes me feel like my own little level of design or something. We have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I've never read anything by V.E. Schwab. As far as I'm aware, this is sapphic vampires with female rage and lots of fun things like that. So let me show you this. The back, these sprayed edges, they don't wrap around. Oh wow. The naked hardcover is this foiled design, and then you've got this quote on the back as well. This gives like Renaissance vampire vibes. This is beautiful. And we have the letter from the author. This really looks like a physical signature, but I'm pretty sure that Fairyloot or Illumicrate, one of them, said they were swapping to digital signatures only because of the strain it puts on authors. And I can imagine writing your signature like 1,000 times, and that's only for one book. That must get exhausting. Let me just give you some sneak peeks of like the chapter pages because they are gorgeous as well. So what I can tell from looking at those chapter pages, that it looks like it's dual POV over multiple timelines as well. I will say I'm a little bit, not disappointed, but I'm a little bit surprised that the sprayed edge doesn't wrap around to the top and the bottom. I thought that would be a standard Fairyloot thing, but it is still a gorgeous cover. And then the quote on the back is, "Bury my bones in the midnight soil, plant them shallow and water them deep, and in my place will grow a feral rose, soft red petals, hiding sharp white teeth." Ooh, does sound good. We've got the custom dust jacket. We've got the reverse dust jacket with the alternative colourway. Something about this colour palette is giving me very much Throne of Glass vibes. I think it's Queen of Shadows has this kind of similar colour palette. I love this design. I love the botanical flower foliage design. I think that's lovely. So that is my Fairyloot unboxing for June, and I'm so happy that I got off the adult box. Thank you, Pass Me, in I think I joined the waitlist in September 24 and I got off it in May 25. So thank you, Pass Me. You did a good job because you just got on right in time for all these highly anticipated releases, and you got some stunning covers. Hello, so I thought it was time to do another reading check-in. Apologies, I'm a little bit sick, so hopefully I don't sound too nasally, but let me just tell you about the book so far. So I'll show you how much of the book I've got left. Yeah, I think I've got about 50 pages left. I should be able to get this done soon, but we've just had a bit of a plot reveal, and I did literally just gasp and go, because I was just really shocked and I didn't expect it. So we'll see what the end of this book entails for us.
Well, this is very Game of Thrones coded in this one bit. Honestly, we're getting so many identity reveals and I'm loving it. And we are done. All I can think of is, where are we going to go next? It doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but the ending just makes you have so many questions, and we're only halfway through the series, so what's going to happen next? I'm going to pause, give myself a break, and then try and collect my thoughts and able to let you know what I'm thinking. If I even know what I'm thinking, oh my god. So I finished Gleam. And so far, I don't really have much to say. This is a continuation of a series. This is the third one, so this is the end of like being slap bang in the middle. And I'm enjoying the series so far. It was a good continuation of the story. You can see how the themes are growing, and you see how the characters are developing. And there was quite a few twists and turns and reveals and stuff like that I've really enjoyed in this. I think the first 20% was a bit slower for me, but then after that, I just sped through it and finished the rest in a few days. There was lots of bits that I've tabbed. I think it has really great humour. It has really good depictions of loyalty and friendship, and Raven Kennedy's writing is just, it's beautiful and poetic. It's the FMC goes through trauma, and you can see her trying to get out of it and the strength that she's got. I think her interactions with the MMC is just what we needed. I will say, there was a spicy scene in this that just went on for too long. Way too long, too many chapters. And then there's quite a few times where I kind of got took out of the story because of certain phrases, but funnily enough, when I googled them, it turns out those phrases they fit the error of all this. So like, I think it was in one of the scenes where he said baby, and I was just gone. Like, I was like, no, I'm not a big pet name person, but that one I'm not a big fan of. And then they reference something being so many stories high, and I thought that was like a really modern American term. It turns out it's not. I think I'm going to settle on, I think 4.25, because I'm really enjoying it. I think this is on par with the second book so far, and I've got, I don't know if you can see down there, I've still got 3 more to go, and they do get quite chunky. I wouldn't say that this ends on a cliffhanger, but the ending of this story makes me intrigued as where they're going to take it, especially for 3 more books. Because I don't know where they're going to go with it. Like, what? What are they going to do next? So I can see why this has got the hype that it's got, despite it having some scenes and themes that aren't particularly pleasant to read, and they can be quite triggering to some people. That is Gleam. I think that'll be the last book that I read in this reading vlog. I'm really happy with how my reads for June are turning out so far. There's one of them on there. And I have been reading some other stuff like trickled in. You'll have to see what my thoughts are with the June reading wrap up. So that is the end of my first reading vlog. These take a long time to film and to edit, but I think it's worth it so far. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'm filming by the front and hoping that people don't see me filming because it's a bit awkward. Hopefully that's not too bad.